Wakenya raundi mazee hawana huruma. Kwanza na wanasiasa. Wazee wa Kenya wameharibika vibaya sana. Hawana huruma. Hebu angalia kama vile Chebukati alikufa juzi. Mazee ilikuwa ni matusi kwa wali yake. Yaani mali penye alikuwa anapostiwa tu RIP hivi. Ni matusi alikuwa anamwagiwa. Sasa waacha hiyo. Sasa kuna hii ya mtoto wa Beatrice Elachi alikufa juzi jana mazee.
The death of a loved one is not something to wish even your worst enemy. But this seems to be different when it comes to the death of Elvis Murakana, who is Beatrice Elachi's son. Kenyans seem to be of different view, with some of them even breaking into celebration.
Beatrice Elachi, mama mjinga mchawi, umeua mtoto wako. Tunakuja huko matanga, tunakuja jensi wale huko unataka, tunakuja masishi ya mtoto yako. Lakini hatutakura kwa sababu ni mama mrogi. Tutakuja tu dance tukuombea ukufe ndio turudi kukula.
Those are very bitter, harsh and very unwarranted words directed to the MP, which begs the question, where does all this come from? Where does the spirit of hate and revenge directed towards this MP come from? What really happened? What is at the core of this hate and very, very bitter words? And what does it have to do with the death of his son?
Nairobi oye! Oye! Nairobi oye! Oye! Nairobi oye! Oye!
For those who cannot tell, the female voice heard in that clip is one of Beatrice Elachi. And if you ask me, this is where the rain started beating her. For those who do not remember, this was the public participation in Nairobi, the public participation for the impeachment motion of Rigathi Gachagua. And it is remembered that when Morara showed up to the Bomas of Kenya venue, TJ MP Kajwang, who is the male MP, accompanied by Beatrice Elachi, who is the female voice, could be heard ordering Morara to be taken outside, and not peacefully, but in violence that actually led Morara to go to a hospital. This upcoming part is mostly the most consequential of the whole clip. It's almost funny how she said piga, and immediately it's like her brain now started functioning and she said wacheni kupigana.
Hii ndio utamu ya Nairobi. Hiyo ndio utamu ya Nairobi. Tukae chini. Ndio. Yes. Yes. Yes.
As the youths of this country could hear her laughing uncontrollably, shamelessly in the background, this is what was going through their minds.
TJ Kajwang and Beatrice Elachi should be arraigned in court for incitement. I am not taking those words back. And Elachi, if you're a mother, shame on you. How do you shout piga piga? Morara had an opportunity to participate in the public participation because he is a Kenyan. And Kajwang, how would you say hiyo ndio style ya Nairobi, maisha ya Nairobi? So, you will condone violence because it is Nairobi. We really did put deranged people into power.
Shocking enough, turns out she was a mother. And not just a mother, but a mother to a Gen Z. So she could relate to everything that was happening to Morala. She just chose not to give two F's about it. Turns out that was her first invitation letter to Karma. And what happens when Karma does not answer fast enough? You send another letter. And here it goes.
Wale wanaingia wanasema Kenya is a good country. Na Mkenya wako hapo sahi anasema hii Kenya, hii ni na hapotei. Kama Kenya ni mbaya si upotei. Si ukote. Kenya mbaya unafanya nini hapa? Mahali mbaya. Potea.
We all know that this country is not doing so well in so many areas, in so many sectors. And so when such an MP comes and says that Kenya is doing fine, and if you think Kenya is not doing fine, you should get lost, people are very quick to make posts like this.
Kenya ni mbaya, si upotee. Si ukote. Kenya mbaya unafanya nini hapa? Mahali mbaya.
I think it is safe to say that most of the things that come to us are things that we've actually invited in our lives. Whether it is fair for other people to point that out or not, it is a whole other debate. But most of what comes on our way, it is stuff that we've actually opened the door for.
Yani machaji na manyonyo is. Tunafurahi hadi kifo mtu wangu jo. Nimechekia ati mtu hiyo wa Elachi ameukata jo. Na machaji na manyonyo manze base fulani nimechikia watu wamekadi bash jo. Nimechikia mamzinga kila kitu makaunti zimekuwa nini kwa meza. Sasa ni hapa kwa hapo unasikia ati huyo mtu hii ama kuondokea ngori. Unajua kuna time Elachi sio alidayaje ati kama unaona hii nchi yetu Kenya ni ngori we zidi. Sasa majamaa wanasema ati mtu wake ndio aliamua kuzidi jo. Wewe manze na kwa menyewe watu jo mna mbaya. Ati venye Morala alikuwa Bomas akifunuliwa na viti mtu wangu jo. Elachi akisema kabisa pita nayo. Machaji wanasema ati ni aje mtu wake pia akaamua kuzidi tu hivyo jo. Ati malipo ni hapa. Yani tumefikia hapo siku hizi yani. Mimi nakwambia buda ni ngori jo. Stake jua.
So in the spirit of being better, moving on and learning from the situation, I only have two things to tell Beatrice Elachi. One,
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 2. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressors shall eat violence. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth. Sounds like to me that somebody's words are sowing seeds. If there are two things that would serve us well to become hyper intentional about, the thoughts we think and the words we say. If we become hyper intentional about the thoughts we allow ourselves to entertain and the words we allow to leak out of our mouths, our lives will change in ways we currently cannot imagine.
And number two would be internet never forgets. Listen.
Mind your words. I speak in particular to the younger people in the room here today. There are some of us, certainly when I was younger, I had the opportunity to be young and stupid. In other words, I could say things that don't follow me today. I'm 39 now, so I'm 5 to 40, which means I'm old enough to be analog and young enough to be digital. For the younger people in this room, you don't have that benefit. You are communicating your thoughts, your ideas, your values from the earliest digital devices that you're connected to. And what you don't understand, and I say this with as much humility as I possibly can, what you don't understand is that the internet never forgets. The thing you said when you were 15, lying in your bedroom, looking up into the stars or at the ceiling, is the thing that will follow you when you're 35 trying to raise capital.
And lastly, I know I said two, but just one more thing.
Before you say something mean to someone, always think about how you'd feel if someone told you the same thing.
Subscribe!